Hello, my name is Roger Sharman. Um, it's the 10th of December 2020, approximately 8:05 in the evening now. I've made speeches here before, giving my views on different things which are happening in my country, which is the UK and around the world. I thought I'd come on today because something has been annoying me quite a bit lately, and this is the Black Lives Matter organisation, which seems to be just an outlet for communism, which is supported by young people mainly in the West. And it's very political, even though it claims to be for black people. I think really it's just trying to put on a kind of agenda which is similar to communism. It doesn't like white people, that's for sure, and it thinks that black people had a raw deal. Now, I wouldn't argue against that. In the past, obviously, they have had problems. But I think the media, especially in Western countries like the UK, America, etc., have gone too far the other way. The UK is predominantly a white country, 85%. Most of them were born and bred here, but they seem to be given a kick up the backside for something which they are not really their fault. We've obviously had a history as a country of having slaves, like many other countries in the world, which don't seem to get mentioned. And, black people have been slaves and worked for their white masters. But those years are long, long gone. And now we're living in the 21st century, in which black people have equal rights to white people and equal opportunities. Many of them, to their credit, take advantage of it. But it still doesn't mean that white people should be persecuted or downtrodden because of what happened 200 or 300 years ago. I was born into a working class family. My mother came from the northeast. My father came from East Anglia. They met during the last war at an armaments factory. That's how they met. Otherwise, they probably never met. And they worked hard all their lives. My mother was mainly a housewife, which they were in those days. Men worked and the women stayed at home and brought up the kids and cooked the meals for their husbands, and generally tried to keep the house clean and tidy. Obviously, things have changed a lot since then. Most women, married women, are working, and if they want to do that, that's fair enough. And obviously, children are better educated, I think, than they were in my younger days. So the world, in a way, has made great improvements, in the UK especially. But it doesn't mean to say that I think it's always been for the best. Because I think now the media tends to highlight black personalities or people, which only make up about 5% of the population. The rest of the time, the media, especially the BBC, ITV, a lot of the adverts now, nearly every advert has a black person in it. I mean, if you go by the adverts, you would have thought that half the population was black. And it seems to me that every organisation now is biased against white people, white British people. Even the police force now, if you're a white and a black person applying for the same job, the black person will get it over the white person, or even the Asian person will get it. And you see this on the news channels as well. BBC in particular features many Asian people, mainly Asian women, presenting the news or making presentations. And now it seems to be more and more black women or black men coming into it as well. White people, once again, are being kicked in the background. And I'm very annoyed about that because, as I said, 85% of this country are white. Many have been brought up here. And they're very proud of their country. We are very proud. We'd fight to the death for our country. But we seem to be kicked in the background by the social media, which I called left wing, or um, more appropriately, people call it a liberal media, but I call it a left wing media. So my big problems with this is that even though I think there should be fairness amongst all races and all people, it's gone too far the other way. And now if you're a white person, you're looked down upon. And if you're a black person, you're felt sorry for because of what happened in the past. So that is my big beef today. I thought I'd come and give my opinion on this because I think not enough is being said. You get one or two commentators like Douglas Murray and Piers Morgan to a certain extent making their points on this, but very few people are now able to say what they really feel about this. Then you get the occasional people like the football supporters of Millwall who voiced their disapproval of the kneeling, which I think now has gone a bit over the top. Why should they have to keep kneeling like this as if they're in obedience to someone? I think, the first few weeks are okay, but I don't see why they have to do it every single game. Just get on with the game and play it. I'm a football supporter myself, even though I don't support Millwall. I grew up in East Anglia, so I was a Red Ipswich supporter during the 70s when they were a very good team. And football supporters tend to, I think, voice sometimes the feelings of the ordinary people, which the media seems reluctant to do. But there again, that is what happens. Not that I advocate violence or anything like that, which some of these football supporters seem to go down that road, but they still voice, I think, what a lot of people, ordinary people, British people, white people, think about what's happening in this country. So I wouldn't condemn them for that. What I would condemn is the way that the liberal media of this country, all the channels, all the TV channels, most of the newspapers, apart from one or two like The Sun, seem to be going down this route. And I think it's not good for this country. If it carries on like this, we could have big trouble in the future. Anyway, that's my beef for this time. And if anyone wants to leave a message or say anything in response, I'm quite welcome, quite pleased to discuss it and have a good friendly debate about it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.